Welcome into the live desk on this Monday. My name is Janae Hancock. Today we are continuing our weekly series, News You Can Use. And today, the 2023 Scam Tracker Risk Report was just released, and there are some huge takeaways, including crypto concerns. So with that being said, I do want to turn things over to the BBB's Josh Planos. Josh, thank you so much for joining me here at the live desk. Now, I just mentioned that there are some crypto concerns. Can you kind of break down what you all are seeing in the Scam Tracker Risk Report?
Yeah, Janae, cryptocurrency is by far our riskiest scam type that we monitor at the BBB. And we mean that both in terms of the folks who are investing in cryptocurrency, who are being told that you can 10x your investment over a very short period of time, which that sounds like a fantastic investment opportunity if it was real. The reality is many of these investments do not pan out. But we're also talking about cryptocurrency as a mode of payment for a variety of scam types. So you meet somebody on a dating app, they have a hard luck story, they need money in a quick way. And because of the sentiment, you're willing to wire them or send them cryptocurrency rather than say, cash in an envelope or a prepaid debit card or what have you. The reason why scammers request this mode of payment more than any other with regard to scams is because that information is incredibly difficult to police. It is a series of codes, right? Series of digits, and it's very, very difficult to ever get that money back again once you've initiated the transaction. So from a scammer's perspective, it's a perfect mode of payment for just about any variety of scam. And for the consumer, it carries essentially no securities that you would hope to have with any transaction.
And again, raising concern for those dating apps again. Now, who is being targeted the most within that report you all saw?
Yeah, this is probably the most significant feature, Janae. It's for the second year in a row, we found that those between the ages of 18 and 24 reported the highest median dollar loss of all age groups. That was $155. There is a certain sentiment that scams and fraud is something that impacts one particular demographic, and it's almost never considered within the context of the younger generation. It's almost always allocated within seniors. However, this data bears the exact opposite to be true, right? Those who are online more than any generation are, of course, more likely to be victims of digital scams or more likely to fall for the social media scams that rose 63% from 2022 to 2023. So, of course, it stands to reason that those between the ages of 18 and 24 really need to be up to speed on the latest education, the latest best practice, the latest tips and tricks to recognize scams and fraud, because it's more likely that they're going to come across these instances. And of course, in 2024, social media is not going away, right? So this is going to be a considerable threat for the foreseeable future.
I find this fascinating that age group is being targeted the most. I mean, it is because of social media, but you do see a lot of seniors being targeted as well, or you would think that they would be targeted because they get a lot of phone calls. Now, you all also mentioned that a lot of people have reported interacting with a scammer, even if they weren't scammed. Is that correct?
Yes, we do see a lot of interaction. I talk to folks all the time at community presentations who, have there's a sentiment that they know that they're in on the scam and they want to put the scammer in their place. The best thing you can do is cease communicating with the scammer completely. We've heard of folks who have continued that conversation and gone on to be reported, but we've also found that we are seeing a lot of folks who are interacting with scammers in ways that they never did previously. It's never been easier to scale an effort such that you're targeting hundreds of thousands of people. And, it's a numbers game, right? All you need is three or four of those 100,000 to pay out for this to be a very lucrative experience for the scammer. And as a result, we are seeing very wide nets being cast to target any and all demographics. I mean, scams and fraud really does cut across all socioeconomic statuses.
And so, what else do you recommend for our viewers looking ahead so we don't have a scam report at the end of this year that looks quite like the one we just saw for 2023?
Tread carefully with all unsolicited communication. So if you receive a phone call, a text, an email, a snail mail, that puts you in a position where you're being asked to immediately pay out a certain amount of money, just ask yourself why you would be receiving that communication. Do you think it's legitimate? Are there steps that you can take to realize whether or not that information is accurate or whether or not this is a ploy to gain access to personal and payment information? Slow down the process such that you can make the best determination for yourself and for your family. Scammers have a habit of accelerating things such that you are no longer thinking clearly. You're no longer thinking about, say the red flags of fraud or the things maybe you've heard about on the news that might be hallmarks of a scam. You're only thinking about, I'm in this situation and I need to get out of it as soon as possible. Slow yourself down, do a little bit of research, and I promise you'll be so much better off.
And again, we want to start this year off on the right foot. Thank you so much, Josh, for joining me here at the live desk for this week's News You Can Use.